Most people think that we photographers spend all day outside chasing epic light and shooting landscapes. The truth? A huge chunk of our time is spent sitting at a computer editing. And honestly, that's not why we became photographers. In this video, I'll show you our outdoor photography workflow, how we spend less time editing, more time shooting, and still deliver consistent professional images. Because your camera should connect you to the world, not just your computer. I'm Brenda Bergreen, and I've spent years as a professional outdoor photographer. Between thousands of raw files, client deadlines, and our own adventures, I've learned that workflow is everything. Today, I'll share our philosophy, core steps, tips to speeding up editing, and some favorite resources, including the preset room, who supported this video and whose presets helped shape this process. My goal is to help you create with intention and get back outside. When it comes to our philosophy, outdoor photography is unpredictable. You can't control the light, the weather, or the speed of the sunset. That means your workflow actually starts in the field. The more intentional you are with exposure, white balance, and timing, the less you'll need to fix later. Our style is true to life and vibrant. So instead of heavy-handed edits, we focus on smart shooting and streamlined workflow. The last thing we want is to burn out on editing. But perfectionism, lack of systems, and not batching your editing is a direct path to frustration. Not to mention, in the busy season, being buried in files is my worst nightmare. There have been times when we can't import, edit, deliver, and make space on the computer fast enough to keep up with all the work. And when work is seasonal, you don't want to say no to shooting. Creativity should fuel you, not drain you. That's why we say shoot more, edit less, and make space for the meaning behind every image. So here are the 4 pillars of our editing workflow. Number 1, plan ahead in the field. The best way to save time editing is to shoot in a way that needs less editing later. That means being intentional about your settings and paying attention to the light. I like to use what I call the CHI principle when I'm evaluating the light: color, hardness, angle, and intensity. If you notice those 4 things in the field, you'll have a huge head start when you sit down to edit. Timing matters too. Golden hour or even blue hour will almost always give you better raw files to work with than harsh midday sun. And of course, get it right in camera. Pay attention to exposure and white balance so you're not wasting hours fixing them later. Shooting intentionally is the first step in building an efficient workflow. Number 2, cull and organize first. Now, when you come back from a shoot, the first step isn't editing, it's culling and organizing. This is where a lot of people get stuck. You've got thousands of raw files and the overwhelm can be real. My advice, create a simple folder structure so you know exactly where everything lives. Import your images with metadata. That extra info will make it easier to search and sort later. Then comes the culling. Some photographers cull in, picking their favorites, and others cull out, eliminating the rejects. Neither way is wrong, it's just personal preference. And I like using flags, stars, or color labels to mark my keepers quickly. If you're struggling with the sheer volume, don't forget there are AI tools now that can filter out blinks, blurry shots, or duplicates. But the final decisions are always yours. If you want more details about how exactly we cull and organize our images, check out the full blog post link in the description. The 3rd pillar is batch for consistency. Once you've got your selects, don't edit each image from scratch. That's a recipe for burnout. Instead, batch edit. This is where presets come in. Whether you create your own or start with something like the collections from the presets room, presets give you a consistent baseline across your gallery. Presets help you apply global adjustments to your images, and a good preset can go a long way towards saving you time editing. From there, you can sync the global adjustments like exposure, contrast, and white balance across similar images. That keeps your edits looking cohesive without spending hours dragging sliders. And if you've built up a library of past edits, AI-powered batch editing software can even learn your style and apply those for you. Presets are the best starting point if you're not there yet, because AI will use the preset to learn your preferences. They are a great baseline for helping you develop your own unique style. Pillar number 4 is backup and export. The last pillar is make sure your images are safe and ready to share. And honestly, file storage is one of the biggest pain points for a lot of photographers. If you've ever lost files, you know the panicked feeling that it induces. Save yourself the headache and develop a plan that can grow with you. We highly recommend getting a NAS drive like a Synology so that you have scalable capacity with partial backup built in. You'll also need some disks to go with it. I'll link what we use in the description. Always back up your files locally and in the cloud. We use the 3-2-1 backup rule: 3 copies, 2 media types, 1 off-site. Then streamline your export process. Instead of setting it up every time, create export presets for web, print, and social media. That way you can hit a button and get exactly what you need without redoing all the settings every time. So those are the 4 pillars. Plan ahead, cull and organize, batch for consistency, and backup and export. Mastering those steps will cut your editing time in half and give you way more freedom to get back outside with your camera, chasing your passions. Let's talk about editing. As a husband and wife photography team, you can imagine we come home from a shoot with thousands of images. We also have a storytelling and photojournalistic style, which means we're not just snapping one perfect shot, but rather shooting through the moment to capture peak action and emotion. Over the years, fine-tuning our workflow and generating new ideas to speed up our editing process has saved us countless hours. Even with a solid workflow, you can still make editing faster. Number 1, keep it simple. Cropping, adjusting exposure, white balance, contrast, and sharpening often do more for your photo than over-editing ever will. We always say that simple is best and to focus on the basics. Number 2 is those presets. Lightroom presets can instantly enhance your photos by optimizing tones, brightness, and color. They're especially useful if you're just starting to develop your editing style. If you don't already have your own preset, you should check out some of the free Lightroom presets from the presets room. Here are some examples from testing their presets. Check out in this image how dramatic the waterfall looks in the black and white 3 preset. And in this image, the portrait collection gave some nice toning that helped us stand out from the background while adding a little more contrast. Lastly, I really like how the portrait 15 made the reds in Mark's jacket pop in this image. I also encourage people to utilize the preset and then dive in and see what sort of changes it made. This will help you learn and develop your own style by further tweaking your images to suit your vision. Number 3, AI-powered batch editing. Once you've edited enough images, usually starting with those presets, AI-powered batch editing tools can learn your preferences and apply them automatically. Most AI platforms require a lot of images to train on, so presets are a great way to get consistent results before you've built up a bigger library. You can check out Aftershoot. They're a leading company for wedding and portrait photographers, but we also use them for commercial work. You can use code MarkBergreen15 to get 15% off. Another AI editing software we've used is Imagine. We like their service especially for commercial shoots of interiors because of the perspective correction and window exposure adjustments that they offer. I'll link all of that below. Number 4, shortcuts and custom workspaces. Learning keyboard shortcuts and customizing your editing software layout shaves minutes off every session. A few that I recommend that you learn for Lightroom are up on the screen now. Now let's talk resources. When it comes to editing, your software shapes your workflow. Lightroom Classic is our go-to for large catalogs. It's non-destructive, handles massive image libraries, and keeps edits safe. Lightroom Creative Cloud, Photoshop, and Capture One are solid options too. And for beginners, free tools like Darktable or GIMP, G-I-M-P, I don't know how to pronounce it, work well. Cloud-based editing options make multi-device editing easy, but can be slower. So for large catalogs, a local setup plus a NAS or backup drive keeps your images safe and accessible. Again, AI tools like Aftershoot and Imagine can speed up your culling and basic edits, saving tons of time. And if you're looking for presets to jumpstart your editing, remember to check out the preset room. These on-screen examples come from our recent backpacking trip using their landscape and portrait collections. Again, check out the links in the description. So the bottom line, choose the tool that fits your budget, your workflow, and the kind of outdoor images that you love to create. Editing is part of the process, but it doesn't have to take over your life. With a clear workflow, smart shooting, and the right tools, you'll spend less time staring at a screen and more time outdoors, living the stories that you want to tell. Remember, shoot more, edit less. Create not just for attention, but for connection. So what about you? Do you want to spend more time shooting or editing? And how are you going to do that? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and check out more videos in our How to Shoot series. Keep creating with heart, and I'll see you in the next one.